Welcome back to our channel, y'all.
And please remember to subscribe.
And give us that thumbs up.
What is our highlights today of our haul?
Well, we have a nice wine and cheese pairing. Can you say bacon, bacon, bacon at Trader Joe's? And we have a nice recipe that's great for an entree or an appetizer. So stay tuned.
Let's get on with the haul.
To start off, we have a nice wine and cheese pairing that we mentioned. Many of us remember the white wine Espiral at Trader Joe's. Well, we have Portuguese wine in the rosé, and it's a slightly bubbly wine. It's good for summertime. Very refreshing, very light, very crisp, slightly bubbly, and it would pair nicely, among other cheeses, with the French fromage cheese, keeping it on the Western European continent there. The French fromage is a nice semi-soft cheese, a mild cheese. It's great over garlic bread or a ciabatta roll, and paired with this wine, again, you are in seventh heaven.
As last week we noticed that in Trader Joe's, all things Irish are coming in. So one of the first things I noticed is they have an already made corned beef brisket. I was really excited about this because it was pre-cooked, but when I went to actually slice it, I found out the meat was a little tougher than when you hand make it. So even though this one is very convenient to have around for making corned beef sandwiches, wasn't really happy with the meat quality of this one. I will be going back to the one that I have to boil in the pot for 4 hours, or the slow cooker. It's much more tender, but this was just there for convenience. I was glad to try it. I don't think I'll be buying it again this season.
Another thing that we had that I'm excited about, it's one that's a staple item at Trader Joe's, the mayonnaise. What I love about this mayonnaise is once you have it, at least for me, I'm not going back. It's got no sugar in it, and it's beautiful in my tuna and hamburgers, sandwiches, whatever you want to do with
Deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs, of course, deviled eggs. So it is a tremendous buy, very reasonable, and the quality and taste is off the charts.
I like the texture of this mayonnaise. There's a little thickness to it, and also I like that all the ingredients you can actually read and understand what you're reading.
So what else do we have on the table here?
Well, as we mentioned our last shop, right about this time of the year is when Trader Joe's brings in their whole head cabbage. So we have our whole head cabbage, and I found a nice big one, which is very reasonably priced. It's per head, not per pound. And so I'm using this one for Hungarian goulash that my great-grandfather taught me how to make. And it's sauerkraut, cabbage, tomatoes, spices, and ground beef. It's a very easy one. It makes for a quick meal at the end of the day. So I've got this. I will not be using this sauerkraut in it because this is a beautiful sauerkraut. It's got the Persian cucumbers in it. It's got a fresh flavor, and this is a raw sauerkraut. I'll usually go to the grocery store and get the canned one and use that one when I make the goulash. But this sauerkraut I save for hot dogs and for Reuben sandwiches and things like that because it's a beautiful sauerkraut.
Along with that sauerkraut, I've got, I was excited to find the kosher dill pickles. This one is wonderful. It's, Mindy actually makes a nice sauce for our hamburgers that's almost like the In-N-Out chain. And this dill pickle is a nice ingredient that goes into it to help make it up.
Now, usually I use the sliced dill pickles, but oh my goodness, Trader Joe's are being shopped to death right now. So this was the one I could find, and this still has a beautiful flavor to it. It is easy to slice, and yet it's not really mushy. It still has a nice crunch to it. One of the new things they had was these keto fudge bites. They are excellent. I've had a few of them. They have a high fiber content on them. It's out of 8 carbs, 6 of them are your fiber, and only 1 sugar. It's very reasonable for keto, for low carb. Throw those in our lunch once in a while when we're looking for a sugary sweet or something sweet to end the meal with. We've had these, and they're definitely excellent.
Another thing that Trader Joe's has that's nice is the stevia extract, and it may look small, but how many servings are supposedly in this?
It says 630, which is amazing.
So it's very concentrated. I know the large one that we don't find anymore had a milk additive. This one is the pure stevia extract.
And there's a little scoop in there to make it easy to measure out your things.
So what else do we have on the table?
Well, I like to make egg roll in a bowl. There's a lot of recipes that are on the internet for it. So that's why I got the red cabbage and shredded cabbage. It makes it very easy. I usually use either ground pork or ground beef. The pork is a little better. Put in the cabbage and my oriental spices. Cook it all up till it tastes kind of like egg roll. And then what do we put on top of it?
We put on top of it these green onions chopped, which really tops that off nicely. So very reasonably priced at Trader Joe's, and you can just chop these things and top that egg roll, and man, you don't skip a beat, even though it's nice and a low-carb meal.
And then one other thing we put on top of it is usually a spicy sauce like a sriracha and mayonnaise mixed up with, again, some garlic and ginger. So that mayonnaise comes in very handy for us in multiple different ways. One of the things that I've been working on is a low carb, maybe vegan, chocolate covered strawberries. So we got the strawberries, and they're really are pretty strawberries. It was really hard to find smaller strawberries because they're all huge, and I didn't want huge strawberries for doing my chocolate cover. I just want a medium size. So we got the strawberries. And the first time I tried it was with the organic cacao powder. Did not like it. I tested it on workmates, and everyone kind of said it had too much of an earthy flavor to it. So now I'm going to try it with the traditional Trader Joe's cocoa powder. Again, I'm going to be experimenting with this cocoa powder and this coconut oil to make chocolate covered strawberries, but make them so they don't taste so earthy that this one brought out.
And once we get that, maybe we'll feature that in a down the line Trader Joe's haul.
That sounds awesome.
Also, while we're on the good, delicious things, I'm excited about the new organic Vermont maple syrup, and this is a robust flavor, which is another way of saying the grade B maple syrup, which I know I like because it's supposed to have more minerals in it, and very good flavor as well. And the price point is a nice price point for this.
It was, I think, the same as the regular non-organic maple syrup that Trader Joe's has carried for a long time.
So I'm really excited to try this in the days coming up. So what else do we have on the table?
Okay, so we have covered, we're up to the recipe. So a girl I worked with named Laurel shared a recipe with me, and I tried it and I loved it. We have the bits and pieces here left over from trying it, except for the mushrooms. It's a portobello mushroom recipe. I tried it with the big portobello mushrooms. Liked it so much I tried it with the small portobello mushrooms and made them as appetizers. You'll see the recipe, but the things that go in it are the fresh mozzarella cheese. This one I like because it's pre-sliced, so it already made it easy to kind of break up and put in the mushrooms that you'll see how it goes. The next thing on top of it is the bruschetta sauce. We both like the fresh one. The tomatoes are a little chunkier. It has a fresher taste. Then the green goddess salad dressing. I love this salad dressing. I also mix it with sour cream and drizzle it on my tacos when we make tacos in the evening. And the balsamic vinaigrette. You can see I've used definitely a lot of it because I tried the recipe out twice this week. There was a number of us that ate it, and we all loved it. And then you top it with everything but the bagel spice. You've all seen that in many hauls.
And they were very good. The cottage cheese is something I like at Trader Joe's as well. It's a beautiful flavor to it. A small curd cottage cheese, very nice going along with like tuna fish or maybe a salad. And it's 4% milk fat in this one. There's different types too. There's lower fats, but this is a very nice cottage cheese, so I was excited to get that.
We like topping that with the everything but the bagel spice. Looking forward to maybe trying the elote topping on it.
And since we're on cottage cheese, I'm going to just bridge back to the fromage I showed earlier. One of the things I failed to mention about it is that what I like too is it's pre-sliced, so it's nice right out of the package, very easy to deal with there. So remember I said bacon, bacon, bacon at Trader Joe's. Well, do we ever have bacon, bacon, bacon? We have some beautiful bacon that we were able to get, the uncured apple smoked bacon. And this one, along with the uncured dry sliced bacon, are our personal two favorites. I know a lot of people like the Black Forest bacon, and we ourselves personally, this is a little less sweet for us and more like the smoke flavor. And what old friend taught me to do is to just kind of wiggle the bacon back and forth. He did it with a brisket, and the more it wiggles and has flexibility, the more meat that you have in there, less fat. And the same, you can kind of see how this one kind of wavers back and forth like a flag almost. So it's a great, both of them are good cuts of bacon.
And then in the cooking area, I like to get these ends and pieces. As we saw last week, Trader Joe's had the salmon ends and pieces. That was a very reasonable price. This was the bacon ends and pieces. I've already cut into it because I made fish chowder with the rockfish from last week and cauliflower rather than potatoes, and then use the bacon to flavor it up with. When I'm just doing cooking for flavoring, I like the ends and pieces. It's more reasonable than just the regular bacon. Again, I kind of look at the package to see if there's not too much fat in there. It is the ends and pieces, so there is a little bit more fat, but you're looking for mainly the flavoring. This is a very good purchase.
And as we always say, everything's better with bacon. So here it is, bacon, bacon, bacon.
What's with bacon?
Well, guys, you have to have coffee. So this is the organic cold brew coffee that Trader Joe's has. That's under $3 a bottle, well under. And it's the nitro in this that I love, because if you can hard pour it, which means take this thing and dump it right upside down in your cup, it actually activates the nitro. And then by the way, this is as strong as a triple espresso with a shot by itself. So I like to actually take and add, with the 10 ounces in this bottle, about another equal amount of spring water and then I put my milk or half and half on the top of that to my liking. And then you have iced coffee strength, and it's cheaper than Starbucks or some of the others brands out there, but man, it's wonderful. And what I love about it too, road trips. It's great for the motels, for being on the road. And when I'm home, this is my weekend treat. I have it once a week. It's just a treat from the norm.
It was what helps get him out of bed on the weekend.
Sure does. So that is a wonderful coffee. Try it, y'all.
Let's go ahead and end this haul on our sweet notes.
Sweet notes, these are some good things. We've got some nice ones that are just good old-fashioned peanut M&Ms almost, except they're not M&Ms. They're actually remind me of what I had as a kid. And so they're actually called candy-coated chocolate peanuts. Little bag at Trader Joe's. So this is going to go on a road trip, as well as a...
What's interesting with that one too is people think the bag is smaller than you see at the convenience store. It's the same ounces. Mm-hmm. It's just a smaller bag, and it's a smaller price also.
Good point. Less air.
Yes.
In this thing. So that's good. And then this is really an addictive thing if you like Kit Kat bars. This is even made better. It's a wafer cookie candy bar, and it goes well right out of the freezer. Tastes divine. It's the only difference, it doesn't have the slits or the cracks that a Kit Kat bar has. And then we have some more healthy.
So the apple strawberry, can you hand that one to me?
I sure
This
can.
apple strawberry's been around for a while. There's also some other bars that have something added with apple. There is a new bar out, and that's that one. And this one is pure mango. There's no other fruit in it, and it's vegan, it's raw. It kind of reminds me of a Fig Newton without the gluten in it. Mm-hmm. Definitely is something easy to put in your purse or road trips, which of course we've mentioned we have one coming up. This one I'm looking forward to. It is a little bit more than this one. Again, it's just the pure mango. There's nothing else in it. And I believe, is that one raw and vegan also? What does it say? Yep. No, this one's gluten-free and vegan. That is our haul for this week.
Thank you for joining us in the magic of Trader Joe's.
Thank you for watching.
And remember to subscribe.
And please give us the thumbs up. It really does help us.